You have to be ready to go each week, kind of simple as that. And give the Browns a lot of credit. They just outplayed us in all three phases tonight. We talked about starting fast. We didn't do that tonight. Offensively, turnover, of course, hurt us up front. They beat us up front on the offensive side, on our O-line versus their defensive line. That kind of couldn't establish the run, so it puts you in a hole a little bit. Defensively, same thing. We didn't play, of course, as well as we played last week. No takeaways on the defensive side. They did. Special team wise, when you run a punt back and you miss two makeable field goals, it's tough duty. So didn't play as well as we're capable of playing for whatever reason. We'll go back to work and get it fixed. Take your question.
Lovie, there's a lot of pressure up the middle in the A-gap on Jameis getting sacked. Was that mostly just a physical getting beat error, or were there some assignment errors?
I wouldn't say there's many assignment errors. They had it up the middle, outside. They had a lot of different plays. They beat us up front. So, yes, the middle was a part of that.
Lovie, how would you assess James's play both tonight and through these three games to this point?
I like what he's done throughout the game, but tonight he's a part of a bad effort that we had as a football team. Didn't get a lot of opportunities, so it's going to be my standard answer. It's not much we did well tonight. So, Jameis, any other position you bring up, coaching, all of it, just wasn't good enough tonight. As far as what the reason is, it happens.
Typically, you don't play many starters in the final preseason game. Will that be the case?
No, we're going to stay with our same plan. Same plan. We play the guys into the third quarter, third preseason game. Next week they won't play an awful lot. But we can still get some good evaluation. We want to, whenever they keep score, you want to win. But again, gearing up towards Tennessee.
So did you think James took a step backward tonight?
I think we didn't play as well as we need to as a football team. So, as far as pointing out one player, no one played the way they did. You could say that Gerald McCoy take a step back, but Vontae Davis take a step back. As a football team, we didn't play our best ball tonight. I think it's no more than that.
Is it difficult to evaluate Jameis considering the pressure he was under most of the way?
No, we didn't play well, like the rest of our football team. It's not difficult to evaluate our play tonight. Everybody's a part of that. But at the same time, it's one game. We have played well. We had a quick turnaround. We didn't handle this week as well as we need to. Simple as that. As a head football coach, I'd like to do some things differently to get ready for it. But it's learning experience. That's what you do in the preseason.
Jim, there was such a nice feeling after you won last week. Do you take a step back as a team on a night like this?
No. Well, you don't feel good about the effort tonight.
Right.
But it's about the overall picture. That's why we're not going to change up our routine on how we handle the preseason. It wasn't our night tonight. We had moments where we were close because, we're down by 10 and we missed a field goal. Could have gotten back in it. But that's all a part of it too. We have to be able to handle these situations. If we're a good football team, we have to be able to play well one week and follow it up with a better performance the following week. We'll learn from that.
Well, if you can talk about the play of Will Golston moving inside the defensive tackle this preseason. Seems like he was making some plays in the time frame.
He's had a good camp too. It was good to see. That's the way he's played, I would say, throughout. It gives you flexibility when you can play on the outside, move inside as he does. And in the past, it's just been passing situations. We've been playing him just in some of our standard situations too, and he's done a good job with that.
Rob, is there anything that stood out to you as far as teaching points with some of the individual matchups or play along the offensive line, especially with you?
No, I think saying it's pretty simple. I mean, it's just, it's one-on-one. The same battles we won last week, we didn't win tonight. There's only so much you can do. Eventually, it comes down to a one-on-one game. We lost a one-on-one game tonight.
But can you talk about the physical presence that Quan Alexander brings? He's a fast guy.
And when I say we're disappointed in our performance as a football team, there were moments. That was one of them. You know, you guys have been around and you've seen what Juan brings to the table. But that was a good play. That's what he's capable of doing. Just need, of course, as a team, we need more and more plays like that. That could have ignited us a little bit if we could have just, you know, gotten something going off of it.
But I know you weren't happy with really anything, but when you're gonna have a rookie quarterbacks and rookie offensive linemen, is this gonna be unique to nature where you might be some roller coaster, some up and down, week to week or something like that?
I think, Rick, it's hard to, you like to maintain a certain level each week. It normally didn't happen like that. And that's why you can't get too high, you know, after last Monday night's game. And you can't get too low. You know, we're somewhere in the middle is where we are right now. And as we become a good football team, you have to know you're going to have some days like that. But now for us, though, it's not all bad to have this bad feeling in our stomach right now, leading into, of course, Miami. They're a good football team. So, and I know it's about Tennessee later on, but we have a game to play this week. We want to play better. Whoever's in there. And for a lot of our players, I mean, this was a big game. Yeah, dress rehearsal, but there's a cut down coming up. So we put guys in position that we needed to evaluate, and we'll be in the same situation, one more chance for some of our players next week.
And how do you discern the line between, you know, growing pains and when it's time for a tweak, or is that just extended no matter what because it's a young player and the duration is just longer because of that, as far as the evaluation of those younger players on the offensive
Well,
line?
you just realize that with young players, I mean, you're going to make some mistakes. It's still preseason, though. No team in the league has peaked yet, and we're in that group. But we've seen enough, though, to see that we can be a good football team. That's what we're going to build on. We're going to go back, coach up the mistakes, correct them, and we'll win football games this year. We're a good football team that didn't play well tonight.
Lovie, after Kalen Clay went down, Renell Hall had some nice returns. Is that one aspect of the game since the first game against Minnesota that you've seen improvement?
We have seen improvement. We'd like to see even more, but stuff with Kalen going down. But we wanted to take a look at some of our other players too. And tonight, you know, punters, kickers, you know, we're looking at a lot of different returners. So that part was good, to just get a good evaluation to make our job a little bit easier as we choose.
Only 2 long drives against your defense. Is it just some missed tackles there, you think?
Missed tackles, just some missed plays, missed opportunities. You know, first off, third down. I mean, last week we were, and we have to be good on third down. We weren't tonight. Critical situation where you have to make a play. And it seemed like they made most of the plays tonight.
Any thoughts on Josh McCown way up?
You guys know my feeling on Josh. I mean, Josh's a good player. He kept some, you know, some drives going with his feet. You know, scrambling, made some, you know, good decisions tonight. It was his day. You know, it was his day today.